kind of implement. People
Hello everyone, I'm Phil at Dakis with
Pat at dakis.
and
Ryan at dakis.
what a coincidence.
and your moderator, Pat.
Hi,
also.
Pat.
Yeah,
Pat.
Dakis.
Exactly, that's right.
Yeah, we're working at the same place.
All right, so welcome to the Pro Show webinar edition.
It is what it is.
We're looking forward to meeting you guys in person, but we'll try to do our best live on the webinar. So let's get to it. So last time we talked a whole lot at the Automated Smart Store. We'll try to make it really shorter this time so we have more questions at the end. All right. So first of all, a key theme. What's important in 2020? Well, right now, having a great online presence is more than ever important today. So having a very good looking website with all your product information from your web store, printing, services, and so on, this is how you can reach the most people. And with what's happening today in the world, it is more and more important to have a great online presence. The Automated Smart Store, we just made a presentation on this, so we can, if you have questions, best to book a one-on-one meeting. But it is really a game changer if you can have your point of sale connected to your web store with complete product information to automate your business, to be found, to sell more, and to have happier staff. So it is a key thing in 2020. Also, be found. So again, whatever you do this year in terms of putting all your products online, better showcasing your store services and so on, it's important so that you can be found so people can interact with you on your website, social media, and in your store. And also taking a look at how you package your products, services, and everything else that you sell. So you want to be better selling and selling a lot more of everything that you can sell, from your web store, your printing, your services, classes, used good, rental, and everything else. And also better upselling, cross-selling. So if you can maximize your sell per customer, you don't need to sell more, you just need to sell better. But at the same time, if you're able to sell a lot more of everything that you offer, because a camera store is a very complex business, the better off you'll be. All right. Web accessibility. It's been a growing question within the pro organization. So
We'll just show your screen.
So off the bat, this is not legal advice. We are not lawyers, and we can't stop lawyers from doing lawyer stuff.
They notoriously like to lawyer.
So our approach to web accessibility, we'll get to it, is really a deterrent strategy. And obviously no one can promise 100% compliance, but let's take a look at what we've done to really help you guys with web accessibility. So also known as ADA, it's making your website and your store more accessible to anybody who has some sort of disability. Obviously, we won't be talking about the store portion, but about the web portion. If you have less than 15 full-time employees, well, at least you're dodging the bullet on this one. The reason we're talking about web accessibility, it's been a growing concern within the pro member and pro organization. And so we've taken the steps to address this issue. Obviously, there's no clear regulation on web accessibility. But if you fail to try to meet these criteria that are unclear, well, you can get sued.
Exactly. They're Web Accessibility Guidelines, the WCAG, and that's what we have to aim to meet, essentially.
So we've taken a proactive approach to help you guys avoid getting a lawsuit. So what have we done so far? Well, we researched the guidelines. We've integrated the best tools out there to be able to assess our work. We've created a program to be able to monitor and get you to meet at least most, if not all, of the level A compliance level. And also we are building a report with a score that can show you a before and an after the work that we've done so that you can see that we've actually done something to improve your site and to meet these guidelines. So all in all, I have to say we're pretty confident about our strategy, the work that we've done, and how we can do a thorough work to really help you guys reach that level A, or at least to get really close to it.
And what's been really interesting about doing this web accessibility research and this web accessibility work is that we've realized a lot of what we're aiming to do for web accessibility will actually just make your website a lot better, even for non-disabled users. So it's actually kind of a double win strategy.
So a question we've been also getting, I'll get to it right away, is that why don't we build a website with web accessibility in mind? Well, when we create a website, to take care of all the web accessibility would be very costly. And also there's some clients that have design criterias and so on. And to keep the costs low, there's not a whole lot of company out there that's building that are building off the bat a website at a low cost with all this in mind. You really need to be, if you look even at the biggest organization, they haven't necessarily built websites with web accessibility. But now that it's become a growing issue, it is something that we're addressing. So we'll be able to offer a web accessibility audit and to make the proper work to correct your website in two ways. One is at a cut. So it's going to be a bundle price to go through your website and bring it to par. And the other one is for those using the dakis Concierge Service. It will be part of your Concierge Service where we'll be able to ask you if you want us to do the web accessibility audit and fix on your website. We're finishing up packaging the service, so I believe in the next 2 weeks we'll be able to have a clear, detailed outline of the program, also what we're going to do in terms of report for you guys and the exact cost for this sort of service. On your side, it is very, very important that you do an ADA policy. So that is on you. There are some ADA policy privacy generator out there. So I put a link in the presentation, or you can just Google ADA privacy generator and you'll find a couple of generators out there.
ADA policy or ADA privacy?
Sorry, privacy. If you really want to, you can also contact a lawyer so he can write the policy for you. The important thing here is that if you do have a policy on your website, it becomes a huge deterrent for anybody hunting down to find some victims for ADA web accessibility compliance. So that's pretty much said. You guys want to add anything on web accessibility?
No particularly.
No, that's it. It's something we have to do. It's a new requirement. It's onerous for small business, but unfortunately, that's what governments do sometimes.
Yeah, and also the dakis side, we're taking a no-nonsense approach. So we're trying to make this as efficient and low cost for you guys as we always do. But it's not because we're making this low cost that it's not high value. So we're trying to make this a no-nonsense approach, but we've really taken the proper steps to be able to do the work. All right. Also, one of the key things right now with the Automated Smart Store, we're really taking a look at instant rebates and how to make it a lot easier for you guys. So through the connection with Lightspeed, we have two methods that we can connect. One is that we do it for you. One, you can do it yourself. But all in all, it makes creating, managing, showing your instant rebates online in the point of sale, and reporting and getting your claims back a lot easier. We're not going to show everything here, but you can book a one-on-one meeting.
Yep.
That'd be a great subject that we can discuss over a screen share. You guys just jump in whenever.
Or even a recording of the previous Automated Smart Store webinar will be made available as well. And you can get some information there on top of doing a one-on-one.
All right. So what's new? Now we fully released the new search tool. It has predictive search. Our tool, I think, works very, very well. It compares to the best solutions out there that usually costs over $400 a month or more. So the way we build a new e-commerce, a new photo factory platform, we've built it with search in mind. So out of the box with no additional fee, you get a very, very powerful search that you cannot get out of the box in most web store solutions. Also, most web store solutions, they will refer you to a third-party search solution, which costs, honestly, do your search online, is $400 or more a month to have a powerful search. And we've made it and included free of charge within the dakis websites.
within every single high-performance responsive website package, you get the new predictive search. Came out in November, and it's already led to more interesting shopping carts and customers finding what they need much more quickly.
Yeah, and compared to other providers as well, ours is pretty spot on with the searches, right?
Yeah, I mean, even in the screenshot there, you see we're looking for the EOS R, which is a notoriously hard search because lots of things have the letter R in it, and we've managed to narrow down those searches and get them to work. The camera industry has part numbers that are numbers, letters, hyphens, dashes, slashes, and that required a lot of tweaking. And if you have your own platform and your own search solution, you need to modify those settings yourselves, and it can get to be quite confusing between all the different types of searching that these platforms can do.
Also, a very good thing at dakis is that we've really come around to finishing all the major pieces of our new platform. So we've released a new shopping cart this first quarter. It's live, it's functional. So we're contacting gradually every member to move to the new platform. Those on the new high-performance responsive website, most of them have been moved already to the new shopping cart platform. It is responsive, so it works on every device. Also shows a much greater experience, so better conversion rate, better shopping experience. So we're really happy with that one.
Yeah, and one of the first things you'll notice is we've introduced the concept of account creation directly in the shopping cart to try to get more customers to create their account while they're checking out on your site so that you can get that high value information in your database and then be able to market to these customers and also track what they're doing.
That being said, this isn't like some sort of a turnoff, right? Because you can continue purchasing without signing up.
Exactly. It's always been our philosophy to put the least amount of roadblocks in front of a consumer, be they ordering prints or a camera. So there is a guest checkout, which is very visibly easy to access, and that account creation is just a value add really to the checkout process.
Because we've gone full circle on our new platform, allows us to have a lot more free time on building new features, doing more integration. So now if you go to dakis.com, we now have a marketplace, and we're continuously adding a lot of these partners that you guys talk to us about, like Checkfront for rentals, TaxJar. Well, Lightspeed's been a very good partners of ours for some time now. And so we're continuously adding some of these integration because I think we want to focus on what we do best, and we want to integrate the best partner for other things that we don't necessarily want to do or somebody else is doing very well, also like ShipStation, for example.
Yeah, so the new integrations that are really exciting for this year are specifically TaxJar, which greatly simplifies your tax rate calculation. It is an address-based tax rate calculation, so you don't have to worry about the counties and the zip codes and all that. You get the correct tax rate no matter where your order is shipping to, and it supports in its actual setup your various Nexus settings. So if you do have Nexus in certain states because of Amazon fulfillment, it's very easy to fill that out. If you have Nexus in certain states because you have sales staff there or because you have just the volume of sales that the state requires, you can easily add that state. Remittance, it also helps with the sales tax remittance at the other end as well. It'll prepare all your reports for you. Very, very powerful tool for those of you in either complex states for sales tax or who sell in multiple states. I don't know how you can keep going without it, really.
So we do listen to your request. Obviously, we can't make everything, but the best ideas out there, we do make it a priority. And so the dakis Marketplace is really born out of those requests that we get from the pro members. So very exciting. Customer journey emails.
Yeah, so the customer journey emails has been a project we've been working on for several months now. Essentially, the goal of it is to streamline your communications to your consumers when they place an order. So everything that is post-order and contacting the customer. So examples of emails that have been added to our platform are a shipping notification email. The shipping notification email can be triggered from the job downloader if you're talking about prints, and it can be triggered from the My Dakis in either the shopping cart page or the new notification center page. Essentially that icon with a little truck that's always been there, you click on it now, it'll ask which shipper you're using, you put the tracking code in it, and then the email goes out to the customer with your logo, with our message in the middle, and then the tracking link is right there. So that's a really exciting one. Other examples of customer email journeys that have either been released or are on the verge of being released are abandoned cart notifications. That's about 2 or 3 weeks off. Project expiring notifications for your photo factory, that's about a week off. And then we have other emails ready to go for your order has been printed, your order is ready for pickup in store. Really anything that you want to communicate to your customers in that after the order process. We have a template there. What's really, really cool about the customer journey emails is that although we're building out templates of those emails, you have access to an editor where you can go edit those emails. And if you don't have time to edit those emails, we can also edit them for you and create specific emails to your requirements through the Concierge Service or a la carte, depending on what you need.
And we already have some beautiful templates set up as well, eh?
Yeah,
Worked on that, yeah.
Exactly. We'll probably be having an official launch for this feature in the next few weeks. And if this is a feature you have interest in, exactly, we have this beautiful backdrop now. We have this beautiful table, the new mic. We'll be hosting a webinar about it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a webinar year this year.
Yeah.
Also, if you look at it, we talked about the new search, the customer email journey email. Those are enterprise or big business type of features that we're making accessible free of charge within the system. So again, I don't think dakis is the cheapest solution out there, but certainly it is one of the most powerful and is very, very, very still affordable. And we keep it simple for you guys how to operate your business. So another great feature coming at dakis and more coming on its way.
And this is a very exciting feature for you to be able to communicate on a regular basis with your customers automatically. You know, like it's exciting.
It's a big business.
Yeah. It's exciting.
All right. So our report journey has been messy, but now,
Yeah. So obviously many of you noticed in October or November, the reporting tool we had yanked and we went back to our previous reporting tool, which although functional wasn't quite as enjoyable.
not sexy anymore.
Wasn't quite as sexy. You didn't have all the features you had now.
Yeah, 2009 call, they wanted the old reporting gone.
So we're about ready to release to all members a new reporting platform. We've been working on it actually with our webinar host, Patrick, who's been in charge of
Yes, I did.
creating those reports in our new tool. And you have all sorts of reports you've never had before, fulfillment reports, tax reports, specific live sales tracking, so you can see the orders as they come in. Every single report is exportable or shareable via a link or a CSV file, and every individual component of the report can be exported as well if you just want that. There's filtering by store, filtering by fulfillment type, filtering by application, by category. You will be able to get a very good look at what you are selling as well as to who, because there are some customer reports, which is something we've never had before. So you can go and dig and see the lifetime value of those customers that are shopping.
And that new system is flexible as well. Eh?
Yeah.
So it can be modified according to your needs along the way. And by the way, the people who are on the line, if someone is interested in maybe proof testing and helping me get it done and deploy for real, well, shoot me an email at accounting@dakis.com and you could be a tester for that new system.
There you go. Patrick is trying to recruit you to test for us.
How can you refuse such an offer?
Exactly. So well said.
So Patrice, how much does it cost, that new reporting tool?
I'm going to go with $0.
Did you say $0?
Yeah, didn't I? Yeah. $0.
Another free upgrade. Perfect. Moving along.
Go figure.
Oh, the BOGO promo.
Okay. So I see you don't have a screenshot of that there. That's a shame because I actually can't show it to you. But essentially, we released new BOGO promotions in November. the BOGO promotions we had initially released just for Photo Factory products. So you could do something like buy a piece of wall art and get another piece of wall art. You could do something like buy a 11 by 14 canvas, get an 8 by 10 canvas. BOGO promotions can be done product to product, category to category, product to category. It's very, very flexible. We soft launched the BOGO promotions in late November, December for the hardware categories, so the cameras and accessories. So now you'll be able to do BOGO promos on buy a camera, get 20% off any ProMaster tripod. Buy a Canon camera and get 10% off any ProMaster memory card. Various things like that you'll be able to do. These BOGOs can either have a membership or coupon code to be redeemed, or they can just be available as is. And what we're launching this week is now there's a new component we can put on the product page. So let's say you're looking at a camera, you will have specific notices that say, buy this camera, get 10% off any memory card, and when you click on it, it'll show you a list of the accessible memory cards, and then you can quickly go visit it and add it to cart and quickly make that accessory upsell, really. So grow the size of your cart and draw more margin per sale.
All right, go BOGO.
Go, BOGO.
All right, this is also quite exciting. You can reuse your photos when you do multiple product on the dakis solution.
Yeah, exactly. So one thing that came up last year and possibly years before that, let's be honest, is that consumers were selecting a memory card, uploading photos, and then realizing this isn't the template I want. They would back out, go back to the catalog, choose another memory card, and they'd have to upload their photos again. So essentially what we've done now, whenever you go from one product to another, I said memory card, didn't I?
Yeah.
I meant greeting card, graduation card, photo book, calendar. Obviously, all this makes more sense.
Another size of canvas.
A canvas. And then as you're exploring these products, your photos carry over from one product to another. So you're saving your customers a lot of time uploading and reselecting photos at each project.
Also, another great part of this is that you don't need to create an account for this. So as soon as you upload the photos, you can move from product to product. The photos stay available. Also, once you put a product in your shopping cart, you can go back, start another product, and your photos are still available.
Yeah, and this was a different problematic. We realized that customers often like to order multiple canvas prints, multiple metal prints of the same size and the same options, and what they were doing is adding one product to cart, going to the cart, and then they'd have to go find the product again on your website and order another. So now what we've done is at the end of every Photo Factory order, before going to cart, we ask them, do you want to make another of this, or do you want to go to the cart? And that's actually pretty immediately led to larger canvas and larger wall decor orders compared to the previous year. So that's a pretty cool feature. I knew it would be appreciated. I didn't know it would pay off pretty much the day we launched it.
So
It happens. Good news.
So we always talk about better selling. So we're putting also our energy to help you guys to increase that basket size. And this is one of the features that's really helping out with bigger orders and more orders. I'll leave you this one.
Index prints. So I don't know if the gentlemen from Big's Camera are still with us today.
Is Chris still there? Yeah.
Well, your index print, that's an example of the index print. Obviously, the iPhoto logo on the top would be replaced by your store logo, in this case, Big's Camera. This is done through the IPS Manager. There are two options. You can either have it printed on a 4x6 at the end of your order, or have it printed on the same size as the other files in the order. So that's something that wasn't currently in the IPS Order Manager, and it was added. We're currently final testing that, so that'll be available soon for Chris and maybe for everyone else, possibly for everyone else. It's just going to be in the Order Manager. So if you wanted to offer index prints, it'll be possible. You can either offer it as an upsell option or offer it with every order. That part is up to you.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is a great announcement. We at dakis we've always had the Pro event and the hub, and now we're actually we sat down for a few minutes, really thought hard about it, and repackaged the whole solution so that we can keep on moving with Pro event and the hub. because we do have a very strong solution. It looks great. It looks modern. It's just that on the business side of things, we did have some hiccups in terms of pricing, in terms of being able to monitor everything. It's quite complex in the back. So we solved a lot of these things, and we solved also the business proposition that we can provide. So the Pro event is coming back in May. So officially, the new pricing, everything will be out for May. Also, the hub is very exciting. The hub is basically, think of it as having your own smug mug locally. So you can start recruiting internal and external photographers and designers and so on, who will have their site, well, their photo gallery on your website or on their own website. So this is a powerful way to create yourself a sales channel to be able to sell 12 months a year, not just in the fourth quarter, to cater to photographers that you really like. So if you're more into wedding, sports, events, graduations, depend on where you're in the country, you can really cater to your local community, your local photographer, and this has amazing strength versus a smug mug type of solution. So not only are you making these photographers loyal to you, but you're providing them with a better business model and a better mousetrap so that they can make more money and more sales. And in return, it all gets printed at your store. So this is going to be a powerful way to grow your own ecosystem. And also part of the hub, we're finishing up the final contract, but you'll be able to resell the dakis solutions to your photographer, and you'll be able to make a margin on everything that you sell in your ecosystem. So quite exciting. So we look at it in a way that you can also benefit from this in multiple ways. So I think for this year, this is going to be quite an amazing solution for you guys in the camera business and for photo labs.
Yeah, correct. We really just want you to be able to leverage that contact and that relationship you have with your photographers who are already doing business with you for so many things. And we want you to be able to provide that plus value to them while making a business out of it, essentially.
Yeah, and also we kept on hearing at all these IPI and pro shows that you have those rebel moms and those photographers that they're currently using some sort of gallery solution. They get their emails, well, they get the orders by email and whatnot, and they run with their memory card to Costco and whatnot. So this also allows you to avoid having that Costco chase for prints and things like that. So it really creates and automates the workflow. Since you're local, they can avoid the shipping fees. And do take the time to look at the cost of Smug Mug, the cost of items that they provide to photographer. It's more than your retail price. So there's a huge opportunity there to really have a differentiated offering, a local offering that will really be very powerful for you guys on the local scene compared to a Smug Mug type of solution.
Yeah, exactly. Most of the online hosting platforms currently offer commission-free selling, which is how they get the photographers. But commission-free off of a $6 4x6 is not really a good deal.
And we'll be hosting it once we're ready to launch and we have all the details on paper. We'll be doing a webinar specific to the Pro event and the hub. So in the coming weeks, do look out for that webinar coming out with a full relaunch of this solution. On our side, technically, it's been working for years. Yep. It's just that on our side, we haven't been able to pay attention and put the proper effort into it.
I believe what Phil is trying to say is red-headed stepchild. And now
I was going to say something along those lines,
yeah, we've brought it back into the family.
Right.
There's a lot of new things. I don't know, Pat, if you...
Yeah, sure. So
want to go?
What's new? The others, apparently I'm in charge of the others category, the very prestigious category. The TaxJar integration I already spoke about during the marketplace. So again, TaxJar, if you have Nexus in multiple states, if you live in a complicated state like California or Colorado, this can greatly help your situation. Lightspeed integration improvements. Obviously, we just had the automated smart store ASS webinar. So we've been working on just streamlining operations. Like if you weren't aware, there's a setting now where you can simply create an item in your dakis and have it sent down to Lightspeed. So we actually have, yeah, so that's very, very useful for used items. You set them up in the dakis, you set your quantity to 1, or if you have more than 1, you can do that. And as you create your online listing, it's automatically in Lightspeed. It's a bit of a different way of thinking about the POS integration, as you're always used to the POS sending things to the web store, but it's possible to go the other way now.
And because also the reason we create this is that it's a lot easier to create things in my dakis, and we have a lot more tools to automate a lot of this stuff or to mass upload. And so a lot of benefits to work both ways with Lightspeed, which is pretty unique to dakis.
And then we have for our Canadian Pro members, I know there are some PhotoSource Canadian Pro members with that managed pricing and the Lightspeed integration. You're getting that head office pricing into your POS. So new improved responsive banners. We've also changed our banner system. The banners are clearer, crisper. They load more rapidly. So we're just upgrading all of our retailers to that as we go. And also, again, for our members and buying groups, it's even possible now to do corporately managed banners on top of locally managed banners, so you can have these banners come in from a managed account and then have your own banners come up after that. Importing merchandise by UPC in MyDakis. So we added a quick tool. We've had our product database for so long, and so many retailers have been struggling to grow that offering they have online without necessarily having a POS integration or something like that. This new UPC upload tool, essentially you generate a file, you put your UPCs in one column, you put your retail price in another column, and there's an example file in the tool, and then you upload that to the website and it'll create all the merchandise. Just
sales
pull it
price
right
and
in.
SKU. It's important to mention
Yeah,
SKU.
exactly. SKU as well, if you want to keep track of that. Other improvements, PayBright financing. For now, that's Canada only. We're looking for a solution for the US, but that's instant financing at checkout. I was a little dubious about the proposition because I find it seedy, but really everyone's offering it, and if you're not offering it, you're just not being a retailer in 2020. We found that it grows basket size. So what we've noticed from the retailers that have PayBright, so that checkout financing, is they'll get back-to-back orders. They'll get, say, the camera body paid for, and then the lenses and accessories financed, or just a larger than our average usual basket size, because maybe your shopper had money for the body, but then impatience kicks in, and they add that lens and they add that flash right to that order, which they wouldn't have been able to afford without the financing. So it's led to larger than average orders, and it's led to these orders, these double orders where customers finance part and pay for part. So we're currently evaluating the partners for that in the US, so that should be coming fairly soon as well. Unfortunately, ColorCentric was purchased by RPI Group or something like that, and they've decided no longer to offer their services to independents. So we will be removing ColorCentric as a fulfillment option for those of you that were using them. We've also been working at adding more Fuji 3PG book options so that you have a seamless transition.
About American Direct Sales, question from Larry.
Okay, American Direct Sales we still work with. Yeah, there's no issue there.
But was there a specific question from Larry? Or?
Yeah, is there, Larry? Can you specify?
Yeah. So American Direct Sales has been a partner for a long time. You're probably all familiar with Tim if you work with American Direct Sales. We do more of a lower level integration than the API integration with Fuji 3PG, but it's been working, and apparently their service is great. So if you're using American Direct Sales, you can keep on using them.
All right. Being in a webinar, there's a lot of subjects of interest that you might want to book a one-on-one screen share meeting with us. Better learn about instant rebates, how we can make it simpler for you guys, inventory sync, how we link back the web store to the point of sale, the dakis product information if you have any questions about that, the new advanced features in the web store to show you some live examples. Also, how we can sync your online photo solution with your Lightspeed, how we can also sync your kiosk, track repairs, and best managed used products, and so on. So other subjects that are best to talk on a one-on-one screen share session. Yep. So do get in touch with us, sales@dakis.com. Well, we talked about this in the automated smart store, but the inventory sync between Lightspeed and dakis.
I think that's something we're excited about.
Yeah.
It's come up a few
Little bit,
times.
little
It's
bit.
come up a few times, yeah.
What does your pen say?
I think it says Lightspeed. Look at that.
Oh, funny, that's why.
Also, how your online sales funnel all the way into Lightspeed. Well, we talked about the product information a whole lot.
Yeah.
So our database has grown over 150,000 products since we started. So it is a massive product database of all the product description, specs, images, and so on. Also when videos are available. So it is quite a useful resource.
And interestingly enough, we were going to tell you at the Pro Show, for those of you that do sell Nisi filters, they actually went in and added their entire inventory into our system, and that's going to be available next week as well.
They got in touch with us, right?
Yeah, they got in touch with us. 8 images per product, full descriptions. Very nice. They did a very nice job. So,
Advanced Web Store. If you're on the standard Web Store, there are a lot of benefits to Advanced Web Store. Give us a call. Some of them being able to create custom pages, landing pages for brands, promotion, used items, clearance items, web flyers, and so on. Also a great way to get co-op money. So also those pages can be done with the dakis Concierge Service or as a website change, but you need the Advanced Web Store. So talk to us about the Advanced Web Store. A lot of benefits.
A lot of benefits, yeah.
Also, we're always talking about better selling, so creating bundles and creating cross-selling accessories available in the Advanced Web Store. 2 ways to, if you don't sell more, at least sell better. And so also, also a way that you can also offer lower prices through better packaging of bundles, offering free classes and things that mass merchant and Amazon cannot offer. The biggest promotion ever. So last year we did the biggest promotion ever. So we decided how can we top this off? Well, we introduced the biggest promotion ever.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this word is going to evolve over time.
Well, this is the only promotion we're going to have this year, and it is the biggest and biggest promotion. Besides the naming of it, we're really putting our money where our mouth is.
Yeah.
We've went full-fledged on this. This promotion is good for camera stores and photo labs. So what is it? It's the key thing for us this year is the automated smart automated.
You said it so much that it's starting to
Yeah.
turn into cottonmouth here.
Automated smart store. So we believe that if you guys have a modern automated store, you guys will not only be in business in the coming years, but we will grow and we'll have a good relationship. So this is where we're going all out. So if you sign up to Lightspeed Retail Point of Sale and Payments, we're actually going to give you the dakis Advanced Web Store and the complete product data free of charge until the end of the year.
Yeah, it's not even a gamble to try us.
Yeah. No. And so the sooner you start, the more you save. And we're convinced that it's also, we don't want to crawl into this promotion. So this is why we're putting everything on the table. The Advanced Web Store, the complete product information. You might have a web redesign fee if you're moving to a new platform, a new website. And if you're moving from another photo solution to the dakis photo solutions to have everything centralized, we do have a do-it-for-me service, which will recreate all your products, offering and pricing in our dakis photo solutions to make it really easy for you guys to make the switch over.
Yeah, depending on how organized your data is and when you give it to us, the do-it-for-me service will allow you to be online in, like, I'm going to say 5 days, but less than that. Yeah,
A week to be safe. That's a pretty good time frame right there.
Yeah.
And so quite exciting for this year.
Woohoo!
If you need Lightspeed pricing, get in touch with us. Let us know the number of stores you have, number of point of sale. Also, they charge for the point of sale, but they do also have some web browser version that are free. So also talk to us so that we can evaluate how many actually point of sales that you actually need. There are a couple of add-ons, so the accounting connector and also analytics. Analytics is a unique deal to dakis. So instead of being $150 a month, it's only $75 a month. It should be big data or something like this because it's really provides a lot of intelligence about your business.
Essentially, the reason analytics is a little less expensive is because it greatly simplifies the instant rebate reclamation, and we pretty much told Lightspeed everyone should be on it. So they said, well, if you get everyone on it, It'll be a little bit cheaper. So that serialized report really helps you do your instant rebate reclamations, and then everything else on top of it will help you with your stock turns and even make recommendations on inventory counts and things like that. It's a really powerful tool. It's worth exploring for sure.
So it's important, if you want to sign up with Lightspeed, go on the dakis website. In the marketplace, there's a Lightspeed logo. Click on it, register for your 14 days free trial, or get in touch with sales@dakis.com. We'll get you a quote. This way we can help you with the integration. If you go on your own and you buy it directly on your own, we can't do much to help you.
By the way, with the 14-day trial, if you already are a dakis customer, we can start syncing right away. Like, it's more than just like a little sandbox. Like, you can be fully functional with the dakis system.
We can load up all of your MyDakis data directly into your Lightspeed terminal. That way you have something to play with.
Yep.
Also, there's never been a better time to pick Lightspeed. Until March 20th, you get up to $1,000 in hardware and one free payment terminal per store. So do inquire about this at the same time. Again, the reason you want to purchase Lightspeed through dakis, well, first of all, we are a reseller.
We are.
And we are also a development partner, meaning that our technology and theirs connect together very well through the APIs and everything else. We can make the transition a lot more affordable. We can turn a project, a yearly project with a lot of headaches, in a 2 to 4 week project. We have a structured way to move you from your old point of sale to your new one. We have a lot of tools to automate a lot of that process. And so it doesn't have to be complicated. Do get in touch with us. We'll walk you through the process that we're going to use. It's very clear.
I'm just going to say on this slide, it says 2 to 4 weeks. Basically, as soon as dakis has like a legitimate Lightspeed account to work with, we smash that button. And I say 24 hours, it takes less than that.
Yeah. But you want the 2 to 4 weeks. You want to train your staff. You want to do some onboarding. You want to do that in-store stuff to make sure that you're ready to launch.
So through this integration with dakis, well, it's not necessarily an integration because we've automated most of it. If you go on your own, we hear a lot of horror stories, and it becomes very expensive to go out and pick another WebStore provider with your different point of sale and put all of that together. So this is the best and cleanest way to get a really modern and advanced store.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we'll look out for you. We'll make sure that we hunt down the best pricing and the best offering for you from Lightspeed. The dakis Concierge Service, so it's a service that people, we haven't communicated very well to everybody, but we have over 60 stores using it, over 40 members, pro members using it. This is the best way to get a highly skilled part-time employee for a fraction of the cost that you can have.
And it's a very multidisciplinary part-time employee because essentially it gives you access to everything we can do here.
I was going to say, like, it's not really that we've done a bad job at communicating. What it is that the concierge service evolves all the time to fit to suit the needs of the retailer.
What most members dealing with us appreciate about the concierge service is that we can manage your instant rebates and automate it. We can also well, we do your SEO. We set all your Google tools. You get better reporting. We can also help you get co-op money. We can help you create landing pages for new products that are just coming out. We can help you create good landing pages so that you get a better quality score. So if you're doing online advertising, it's going to cost you less per click because the quality of your landing page has to do a lot with how much you pay per click. We've helped a lot of people with setting up web flyers for the holiday season. Well, also the point of sale integration, the web accessibility, and
Special
so
brand pages, all that type of stuff.
yeah. So the list just goes on and on and on. So instead of hiring multiple employees, which comes up to several $1,000s per month, having dakis as your best part-time employee really helps execution. So we do have a very strong relationship with the people that we help. We'll be showing you guys a couple of quotes and guys that you can call. But all in all, we'll deal with you with what you have in terms of priority, with what is required for you. So if you let us do what we do best and you focus on what you do best, it creates a great synergy. We know the camera business. We've been in it for 16 years.
Synergy.
That's
Nice. It's a nice
synergy. And that's it. So I'm kind of out for words for this, but it is
Concierge Service. You
Okay.
need it.
Yep.
it's probably the service that's most appreciated by members using it right now.
Affordable part-time employee with a lot of know-how.
Couple of quotes. We'll let you guys read these quotes. We'll be sharing with you the presentation. But in this case, YM Camera was a Lightspeed customer using the Lightspeed Ecom. He switched over to the dakis WebStore.
Obviously still using Lightspeed Retail. That's
Yes.
the whole point of
Yes,
this.
yes, yes.
Exactly. So we're connected with his Lightspeed point of sale and the dakis WebStore. So in this case, we really saved him a lot of time with the dakis product information, managing his site. Also now, all his product, in-store in-store services are well described. So a benefit of our web store, it's also integrated into a high-performance responsive website. So it's easy for us to have everything in one place. The web store, the printing, your used goods, all your store services, and so on. So it really was a game changer for YM to make this move. Camera company. He was using BigCommerce before, and same thing. It was time-consuming. His online presence wasn't at par. It was costly to do changes and to maintain it. And so now with all the product information, the way we can make his used products very easily, his used product page basically became his most popular page on his site. And now his life is a lot simpler through that partnership that we've made together. And so another happy customer, you guys know one another, give him a call.
Yeah, he was entering his instant rebates during Packers games.
Yeah. When he could have been watching a Packers game.
Yeah. They were about to remove him from Wisconsin for that, but that's okay. He gets to stay.
Quick question from Kevin Murphy. You notice on one of the slides the California Prop 65 warning on one website.
We don't.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Yeah.
so what we've done for California Prop 65, we already developed this widget. We actually launched it last year. Essentially for all manufacturers for which we can have the information on what warnings they need, the information is entered into our database. And then that widget on the product page and on the add to cart modal that pops up when you add to cart, it'll mention the material and then that, is it cancer, is it a birth defect, you know, all those pleasant things that California wants us to talk about. But it'll automatically generate that warning on products where we have the info. ProMaster did a great job of that. The Pro Warehouse, they as you know, because you received the product, they gave us a list of every single product, what warning it has, what classification, and we were able to put that information on the Pro products. So if you want to turn the widget on, you will have that specific information for all the products we have that information on. There's also a method it works where we can put a generic warning for the products we don't have information. And that would be almost everybody else because other manufacturers have not been as cooperative in giving us that information. But yes, the widget is there. It can be generic or specific or just specific when we have the information.
And how do you turn it on?
Just ask Web Design. Or give us a call and we'll show you what it looks like, how it works. It's very quick to turn on to add that on your website.
Okay. Thanks.
So again, just go on dakis.com. You'll find all our contact information over there and just email us that you want to turn it on and we'll be able to help you.
That was Kevin, right?
Yeah. Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, just send me an email, @dakis. I'll have that done for you.
You want to say a word on Paul's photo?
Oh, about the integration. Yeah, well, Paul's photo, they signed up to Lightspeed without using dakis as a reseller. The main problem there, Pat is waving his finger for those who can't see. The main problem there is that Lightspeed wasn't really aware that they were using dakis as a e-commerce solution, and they didn't know what kind of special rules to apply. So certain fields that are important to us were being used for other purposes, and it made the sync incredibly difficult to happen. So for a defined period of time, they're having a very difficult time with the sync or wasn't even working at all. So they eventually got in touch with us. Being a concierge user, we grabbed the bull by the horns and we were able to make this thing happen. And now they have a working automated smart store. It's working well. We still have work to do with it, but basically, long story short, if you want to make sure that your automated smart store works properly right off the bat, you got to use dakis as a reseller because we know the rules, we know what works best with our solution.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's going to make a complex project into a much simpler project.
Yeah, so this is the 1 year versus 2 to 4 weeks.
Paul's Photo, also a concierge service partner.
Yeah.
So Boyd's always contacting us to help him out with various things that he needs. And
Yeah, well, it's fun too because Boyd is always throwing cool ideas at us, right? He's always got like, he's got always something going on in his mind, right? So he always shares it with me, and we always come up with these ideas, and we pass them off from one person to another. We come up with good ideas for his web store.
Yeah. And what I specifically like is the better this works, the more crazy videos Mark can make. Which I find entertaining on Instagram, so that's a whole other issue.
Mark, and Stan, don't give up.
Yeah, correct.
all right. Joel and Cameraland, big users of the dakis Concierge Service. These, if you want to talk to someone that is doing a stellar performance online, give Joel a call.
Yep.
Through this partnership, it works very well because they do best. They go out, they market, they talk about their site, they do all that stuff. And we do everything technical that they don't like or that we can make a lot easier than they can. And so it's been a great relationship with Cameraland. And if you want to have some tips on how to be a monster online, Joel is really one of the key guys to talk
I got a side note about Cameraland. Being Concierge Service users, they kept on telling me about this trade show that they went to in Vegas. Okay. After a couple of conversations, I realized it's like, you guys have blog posts about it and you talk about all these articles, so why not build a dedicated page? You have the advanced web store, tag the items that you talk about during the trade show, build a page about it because you have the advanced web store, and people will buy the products because they're interested in the trade show and what you have to offer. So that was a good opportunity for him. And because, we talk a lot, and because he's a concierge service user, we made it happen. And
that idea can be extended to tent sales, trade shows, consumer shows, class-specific products, anything really.
But what's fun though is that he really has he's active on the forums, he's active on blogs, so he can link to a specific page that talks about all the stuff that he wants to share.
Wonderful.
Nelson Photo, also Larry, also a good client of ours, a good partner, using the concierge service, so he can minimize his staff and always count on the dakis concierge to do a lot of heavy lifting for him.
Yeah, well, he keeps on saying it's like we're saving him time, making his life easy. He's able to showcase his services a lot, through the dakis website, and he talks to our concierge service specialist, to Anthony. He talks a lot to Anthony about how he can bring his store services to the forefront. Now, you can't sell a store service that easily through a shopping cart online, but you can definitely get those feet into your store by talking about it online. So that's one of the main goals, and he's noticed an increase in foot traffic in his store.
Yeah, and so also sometimes you get some ideas and you don't know how to execute them. There's so many ways to market things online that for everyone, it's a different flavor all the time. And so this is where your ideas and our expertise can come together and really create a good team to make things happen quickly without looking like big projects all the time.
Another point about what Larry says, and he makes a good point there, is that we are in the industry, right? So you can hire any web developer or any SEO specialist to do the work for you, and they might be completely beside the point. Whereas we know what triggers people inside of this industry, and we know what's important and where to focus on. It's well, we just know how to work with all of you. So it's important.
Also, for Larry's benefit, we've been again, we talk about better selling, but this is where hard goods is interesting for Larry, but now he's doing a lot more with printing that he didn't used to do, a lot more with store services, classes, and everything else. So he went on to being really hardware focused to now maximizing all his key strengths, and that bounces to one another in terms of company. So it drives more people. There's more reason to visit the store. It creates a better experience with Nelson Photo in general. So it really created a more interesting type of store at the same time by better highlighting everything that they're able to do. So that's been one of the key things for him. Stan at Home Photo, just a ball of energy.
Yeah, he sent us some nuts.
Yeah. So we have a great relationship with Stan. He's always out with new ideas and everything else. So this is when he gets in touch with us and we help him execute everything that comes to mind. He's using our service very well because he's focusing on what he likes and does best, and he relies on us to make it happen on the website or whatever sort of help he needs related to web services and the dakis services. So another great example. One of the reasons we're showing all these quotes, you guys all know each other. Pick up the phone, give them a call. We can talk about the concierge all the time, but if you get it straight from them, I think it's also a great way for you guys to see how they're using it and how they find value through that service. But again, the key thing is that we become a very knowledgeable part-time employee that makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah, and the more you communicate with your concierge specialist, the more we get to know you and the more we get to know what's important.
Yeah.
A little side note about Stan, when he launched his new website a year ago, that makes sense, maybe a little less than that, he promoted it. Like he made some fun videos with the sock monkey, played around on the computer. It was really cool. Check it out on YouTube. But the point of this is that he made an effort. He got out there. He got a new website out there. He wanted people to know about it, and he marketed it. He made something. He did something special so that he'd probably increase some traffic just by doing that on his own.
Yeah.
You know, so you get a new website, market it. Do something.
A question that we've been getting a lot in the past year is, what if my internet goes down? Well, look at who's your internet provider, because nowadays there's a lot of LTE backup offered with business internet. So you look at your internet providers. So your internet connection is so important for your business, whether it's for your web POS and everything else, kiosk. So everything that's part of your business. So do look make sure that you have the proper internet service for your business, but a lot of good solutions out there today. And that's pretty much it for the dakis user group today.
Yeah. Huzzah.
Generally, the user group is a lot more lively because you're all sitting over here drilling us with questions. So what we're going to do now is we're going to throw it to Pat and see if there are any questions that you need answered.
There is only one question I kept aside, a question from Chris. It's about the passports. And I'm not sure whether or not Chris knows that we have Photo Factory passport templates. But is there anything new to help them selling passports?
There's in the Photo Factory, there are those templates there. You can create a regular print size in the print engine if you prefer. That's really the two best ways to sell passports. And is it really about getting the passports into the system or getting them to print out at the other end? Yeah, I think PC is the best to help you with that, really.
That's an email to support@dakis.com.
Exactly.
Okay. And otherwise, I think that sums it up.
All right.
Thank you for taking the time to see us on this webinar edition. So hopefully we'll get to see you guys soon. We'll try this year to do a lot more webinars and be a lot more in touch. It's going to be an exciting year. Like I said, now that most of our bigger projects are done, we'll be able to work on new and exciting features.
Exactly.
And so be safe, have fun, and keep on selling.
Wash your hands.
Cheers.
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 Thank you, guys.